Okay.
Yes. Professor Shen will start this presentation about Institute for Ocean Engineering as another cool program to explore. So thank you very much. Feel free to start.
Okay. So can you see my slides? I guess so. Okay. So it's my great honor today to give you a brief introduction about the electrical engineering at Tsinghua SIGS, but also affiliated with the Institute for Ocean Engineering. And here are the contents I'm going to talk about. First of all, a brief history about the EE program, electrical engineering at Tsinghua SIGS. Well, actually, it's originated from the Beijing campus, as you know, from the Department of Electrical Engineering, Tsinghua University, which is one of the earliest engineering departments established by Tsinghua like 100 years ago. And of course, without doubt, the EE of Tsinghua has won high reputation, not only in China, but also all over the world. So as you can see from these slides, US News has ranked Tsinghua University's EE or triple E, electrical and electronic engineering, as the first all over the world. And it's a great honor, right? And as for Tsinghua SIGS EE program, it's actually established in 2003. And in 2020, the master program of EE of Tsinghua SIGS is relocated in Institute for Ocean Engineering. And some of you might know that Tsinghua's motto is self-discipline and social commitment. And actually, DE of Tsinghua also has its own motto, rigorous in learning and righteous in conduct. Okay, so basically, EE program at Tsinghua SIGS focuses on large-scale electric power system and high-voltage themes. So the name of this institute is actually Institute of Advanced Technologies in Energy and Electrical Engineering, abbreviated as IAEE. So as you can see, there are lots of labs, national labs, provincial labs, and municipal labs, and enough space and enough high quality facilities to support you on a research direction like high voltage and insulation, power systems, power electronic themes, and so on. And here are the faculty members of the EE program at Tsinghua SIGS, 2 full professors and 4 associate professors, and I am one of the 2 assistant professors. It's also noteworthy that we also have some part-time retired PI, but trust me, there are some big guys in electric power systems or high voltage in China. For example, we have 2 respected members of Chinese Academy of Engineering to be our advisor too. And please allow me also introduce to you some of the research interests by different research groups. For example, we have Professor Wang Liming, Professor Mei Hongwei, and in Fanghui. They are kind of like a big research group, work on new type insulation material and some technology for offshore wind generator, as well as some very advanced technology used in wireless power transfer, right? And here are some pictures showing to you that their research interests. As you can see, you can use very interesting material science to realize those the facility used in ultra high voltage level facilities. And also here are the measurements. Once you got those measurements, you want to predict the status or do assessment for those key facilities in high voltage electric power systems. And also, as what I mentioned, wireless power transfer are also one of the key concerns of their research group. And as you can see, as for Professor Zhang Roubin, he focuses more on high voltage novelty technologies. You can use it in liquid electrolysis and insulation monitoring, as well as some very even small world things like chip fabrication, as you can see, plasma etching here. And as for Professor Xu Zheng, even though retired, I would like to mention that he returned to Tsinghua SIGS very often, and he works more on PV panels, and it can be even used for seawater desalination. That means that you can use seawater to produce the pure water or free water that you use for daylight. And as for Professor Xu Libao, he works more on digital smart grid supporting platform and lots of research topics like economic dispatch for multi-energy systems, considering those renewable penetration and risk assessment under cyber physical attack. just imagine that you are a system operator and you have some attackers or hackers try to cause some big outages in the system, and you try to protect electric power system, right? And also some power system dynamic assessment. As for Professor Jia Zhidong and Wang Qilin, they work more on reliability of power cables, no matter from the perspective of material science or even weather warning or strategies, as well as those mechanisms behind all things happen, like short circuit, rustering, aging, and failure. And as for myself, I work more on optimization. It's more about math and programming. So, for example, if you want to consider an integrated energy system, aside from electricity, we have to include heating, cooling, as well as natural gas to make it all together and a bigger system to optimize, right? And I also work on offshore wind farm optimization, try to collect all the power generated from the wind turbines in an optimal way. So as you can see, I feel honored that there's a lady publication showing you that our algorithm already beating Google's software. Okay, so I would like to skip this part due to time limitation, this course curriculum. And it's also noted that even though you are also international students, if you got to the chance to become a graduate student at EE department, we also have some chances for you to visit some other top universities overseas, okay? And we try to encourage students to attend international conferences, and there are lots of students activities, academic, sports, and we have 2 very great classes to welcome you to become Shenzhenese. So here are the contents of our staff. And last but not least, warm welcome and thank you, and hope to see you at Tsinghua SIGS. Thank you.
Right. So thank you so much, Professor Shen Xinwei. And we will have this.